You're absolutely right. We've been quite active in the area of acquisitions. As you know, IP and systems is a growing area for Synopsys, and we pursue that growth both through organic growth as well as through growth through acquisitions. In the IP space, both through organic and acquisition, we've been able now to stake out a very nice position in the area of interfaces, analog IP, embedded memories, logic, as well as processor-based subsystems for audio and for video, etc. And in the system space, we've had up to very recently a focus on software development, but felt that the market actually is starting to pick up, that the need is starting to become pervasive, and it was time to move and put some more investment behind this area. And that led to the recent acquisitions of companies like Vast Systems and Cover that really award us the critical mass that you need in order to be able to bring system-level solutions to market. Now, what's behind this? The strategy that we have as a company is to play in the area of EDA, which is really what we're rooted in, that's where we're coming from, and then extend that into the physics realm, but also up into the system space. And system space in this case we have defined as IP and systems more specifically as software. Ways to help our customers to cope with the software problem. And we all know that software is becoming a big part of the functionality of a chip. In fact, most people will today subscribe that about 50% of the development effort goes into the software and the other 50% goes into the hardware. Years ago this was still very different. Most of the effort would go into the hardware design only. There's always the question, if you're successful in a particular market segment, whether you're going to be able to bridge over and adapt yourself to the requirements and to the customer needs in some different market segment. Now, the system space is not new for us. We've been active in this area pretty much since mid of the 90s. And have been ramping up the activity lately. Now, what I would like to do is to draw a parallel. IP is typically not an area that other EDA companies would be in. In that sense, we Synopsys are quite unique in that we have built a very sizable IP business within the company. And I think that we've proven that we're able to build businesses within Synopsys which are not the classical EDA businesses that the company started in. We believe that with that knowledge we're also going to be able to be successful in the system space, but of course that's something that we have to prove. If you look at what our customers have to provide, in the end what they have to provide to their customers is a chip with all of the software, at least most of the software that runs on it, so that their customers can quickly build products around that they bring to market. Now, EDA tools is one of the things that our customers need in order to achieve that objective. The other thing that they need is they need the ability to create more building blocks, and they need to be able to create in particular software also. Through the software is where the system aspect comes in. And as such, yes, we may be dealing with different groups within our customer base, but to some extent we're serving exactly the same customers who will feel very comfortable actually being our partner or us being their partner in their endeavor of bringing products to market. There's a new quality to it though, which is that many of these system-level tools or system-level solutions that we're bringing are not just targeted at our classical semiconductor customer, but many times are also being used by our customer's customer. And I think that's really the interesting aspect of software in particular. Software is being developed in part by the semiconductor vendor, but in part also by the semiconductor vendor's customer. And naturally they're going to be using exactly the same tools in order to accomplish that particular mission. Well, we had our executive forum yesterday. This is really a partner event, and it's mostly an event for customers, to talk to customers, not that much to talk to us. What I observed is, number one, in terms of who attended, we had representatives from large, well-established companies, as well as entrepreneurial individuals that actually have a pretty good track record of building companies over their career. So I think it's a very interesting mix there between more established, large companies that can undertake certain type of projects and smaller, more entrepreneurial companies that are better suited for other type of products. Now, in terms of the relevance of Israel as a market, I think that it's a country where semiconductor design is alive and kicking. And it's a market that we, Synopsys, have been paying a lot of attention to in the past and will continue to pay attention to in the future. Now, looking back at the recent acquisitions that we made in the IP space, it's interesting to note that, for instance, both Virage as well as ARC had direct representation here in Israel, which of course is also an expression of how much they were able to sell and how important that market is in general for companies like Synopsys and for other EDA and IP providers.